Hello, this is Captain Poodle speaking. Are you ready to find love?
Yes, ahoy, matey.
Love. Exciting and new. Go online. They're catfishing you.
Shocker.
Fiancé.
Soon you'll be flying to parts unknown.
90-day fiancé.
Marrying someone you only met on your phone.
Be they French or Chinese, a brand new K1 visa's the key.
Ooh, the key to what, Poodle?
To love.
It's reality, yeah.
Let's love.
So, y'all, I'm really into comic books. And in comic book worlds, there's like multi-universes.
I hate this already.
I think we're in a multiverse, and Poodle has a doppelganger in Colombia because this queen was a bitch.
One
Is Colombian Poodle. I'm calling it now.
She's shady.
She is,
And
shady.
she's got her kind of like in between hot and ugly boyfriend.
Yes,
you know,
which is you would do that too.
I like a little ugly
because you want to be the pretty one,
of course.
And then also, but when Pal said, he's kind of evil, and I went, that's Poodle.
He did say he's a peasant about Russ, which I kind of agree. Russ is a peasant.
Well,
And he is boring.
Colombian Poodle said it, not me. ¿Cómo se dice poodle in Espanol?
Perro.
Perro. That's dog, right?
I know, yeah.
Yeah. Or is that bitch?
I think can be both.
You've been called both in the bedroom?
And on the street.
It's true. Perro, perro. There goes perro.
Hey, hola, boys. Hola, muchachos.
Boy. Y'all, this is Hey.
This is High. Season 2.
Season 2, episode
We've hit it.
1.
We just finished the classless 90 Day Fiancé season 4.
Mm-hmm.
And before we go to season 5, we're going to take a detour to Hey season 2 because we know all these couples.
Yes.
And in the...
And this is the order it aired. We do these in the order they aired.
Yes, that's true. This is in the order.
This came out before that. So after this, we'll do Hey, and then we'll do either a 90-day.
No, after this, we will do a 90 Day Fiancé.
90 Day Fiancé.
Season 5 with Larissa, Biggie.
We're kind of in, honestly, y'all.
David and Annie.
Even this season of Hey, like watching the trailer and what happens on this, we're kind of in the sweet spot of 90 Day Fiancé, I feel, right now. I have to say, whether you like them or not, they're all good TV. There's not
with
really...
the exception of Russ and Pal.
Well, but this is where Pal gets kind of... With the addition of... Everybody says this is where Pal gets a little woo-woo.
Oh.
And with that, and with Evil Juan, or again, I'm just going to call him Colombian Poodle from now on. I think there's going to be good drama.
We are going to see Chantel and Pedro go to the Dominican Republic.
Yes. And because Russ is a little bit gay. And I don't
really is.
And Juan is going to challenge him and like and there's going to be like a subconscious. I think that's why they're going to really clash.
Again, we've never watched this season.
We haven't.
But they really are pumping that storyline up.
I'm excited for it.
About Juan and his ugly boyfriend.
Y'all, we know nothing about this. If you're listening on the free feed, because every time we put a start a season on our Patreon or Supercast, we put it out for everybody. Try before you buy, y'all.
Yep.
That's what Poodle and I used to do in our 30s. Now we're in our 40s. Come over. Doesn't matter.
I'll take it sight unseen.
Yeah.
Caveat emptor.
It's unlocked. So, yes, exactly. So
that is the dirtiest anyone has ever uttered a Latin phrase.
I think you've done worse. Done worse. So anyway, also, if you want to try...
Seize the cock!
Okay, all right. So if you want to try that, if you want to... This is what Hey is, so you can listen. And then the episode after this will all go behind our premium content tier at the $5 level. So that's where you got to get it. But right now, enjoy it. Enjoy it, y'all.
This is episode 1, Happy Wife, Happy Life.
Happy Life. Which, if you know from 90 Day Fiancé, that already became famous because that Anfisa had never heard of that saying before. And then people started saying it. She was like, I think this is my new branding motto.
And then she used it against him. She's like, he said, he basically, George would say things like, well, I don't know if I can do that to do it. She's like, what do you mean? Happy wife, happy life.
Apparently she thought it was from the Bible.
twisting her knife.
Yes.
And I'm
going to say, Book of Chanel.
Just this at season opener, y'all, I think we said this on, we will get into them in just a second, but I think we said this in the watch along, but damn, she's coming off as kind of the hero.
Yeah. And they're editing it now this one.
Yeah.
Like, they're really opposing the storyline. They even have that woman who tried to sell, but y'all, they're even people around her are saying, George conned you, girl.
Yeah. Yeah. She's not the conner, she's the connee.
Yes.
She was the mark.
Yes. Before we jump in, I just want for people that are new and listening, if you're like, who's on this season? It's Jorge and Anfisa. And then it's
Chantel and Pedro.
Danielle and Mohamed. They're on this season.
And
Russ and Powell.
And then Loren and Alexi.
And y'all, if you don't remember coming up, this is where Loren admits to Alexi that she wanted the strippers.
She wanted the strippers. She asked for the strippers.
She asked for that. I knew that going. This kind of because this was famous for them.
Yeah.
And Alexi's reaction.
This is their most tumultuous season.
Yeah, they kind of get normal problems after this, but yeah. When you're talking to your mom about going to New York, and she even is like, "This is a bad idea, honey."
I love her parents.
Anyway, so that's what we're talking about all this season. Any announcements, Poots?
Not really. I just want to say, just the tenor of this season is very different than our last Happily Ever After.
Speak to that.
Brene Brown says, "Say more."
Say more.
It feels, and this is a negative term, but it's really not. This feels bleaker than these people are starting out their life, because I think this is we are actually dealing with two couples who we just saw last season who had a really rocky start. Yep. Well, I shouldn't say that. The stories, two of the stories we're following, Danielle and Mohamed and Jorge and Anfisa, have a lot against them.
Danielle and Mohamed they're not even. This isn't Happily Ever After. They're just great TV, but they're separated.
And the others are kind of on their journey. And the Pedro Chantel thing is pretty fresh. And there's going to be a lot of drama there. Lexi and Loren, Russ and Powell, that's going to be kind of manufactured drama. But I think George and Anfisa are going to really tear it up this season.
I think so too. But I don't know with Russ and Powell, because I think, y'all, he is... I really actually related to a lot of things Powell said this episode, especially about Oklahoma and kind of the way she felt there. And I think people think it's not a big deal. Like, oh, you're from Oklahoma and you moved to Miami. Y'all, as a white man that looks like Russ and grew up in Oklahoma, but he's also straight, going to Miami is going to completely disrupt everything he knew. I think it's going to be in a good way, but I think it'll be real. I think it will really shake things up in their relationship.
He's a little gay anyway, though.
Yeah, he is. But remember, we described him. Russ was the weird artsy one in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And he just lives in a suburb. He just lives in like Moore or like Yukon.
I don't want to.
They're
We're not going through Oklahoma names
No,
right
they're just all outside Oklahoma City. I mean, they're or maybe like Piedmont, but it's not like anything exciting.
These are such basic suburb names.
Exactly, they're basic suburbs. So
We've got
not
a
like
Piedmont
you can do anything
in South Carolina.
I don't know why anybody lives in Moore. They've had 4 tornadoes in the last like 10 years hit the same mile. And people still build there. And then they're like, I can't believe a tornado hit my home. And I'm like, it's already been there 3 times.
This is niche stuff that no one else cares about.
They called it Twister Tuesday, y'all. Anyway, we need to move on.
This is niche. Let's jump in with George and Anfisa. I don't need to know historical times when a tornado hit a certain subdivision or community.
Sorry, okay.
That is talk that none of us really care about.
Yeah.
So remember, just to get you up to speed, this is their first season on Happily Ever After. They married in a clandestine quasi marriage at the courthouse,
which was beautiful. We got
as far
teary-eyed.
as I know. His family still doesn't know that he's married?
We don't know. He says but I mean, he said later in this episode, I've been kind of cut off from my family since I've gotten married.
Oh, okay.
But
so maybe they do know.
So maybe they do know, but
does
we don't
hers?
know.
I assume her family knows.
I don't think we ever meet her family.
Not yet. Yeah. She talks about her grandmother, but that's it. She was created in a lab.
Yeah. Or if we see her mother, suddenly we'll be smelling cigarette smoke.
or her mother was an actual jackal.
Yeah.
Like on the Omen. Mm-hmm. So they got married. They basically say, Anfisa says, I hate being married to George.
She full on says it. And George,
and I think I think it's tongue in cheek, but her face is completely emotionless.
It's true. You know what struck me, and I forgot? She's 20 years old.
Oh my God.
She's 20. So when she moved there, she was 19.
God.
And how old is George?
He feels like he's 26, 27.
So when he was dating her, he was like in mid-20s and she was like 17. Don't really talk about that.
She's kind of on the outside. She's got a good street smarts to her for 20. Now, emotionally, we see later on she's 14.
Yes, it's for sure. So George is saying like, well, she's very controlling. And so he said, and he acts like I've severed ties with my friends and family to be with her. I've been through so much.
Okay.
She just moved from her home fucking country.
And Anfisa says, George said he was rich, but he's not. And he did not deliver on his promises.
No. And they've been married 6 months, y'all. So this is 6 months since we last left them.
And basically...
And her green card interview is coming up.
Yes.
So we know that's in the
And she says, I want to be a housewife, but not one who cooks and cleans.
And he was like, well, what's that? And she's like, go to dinners, shopping.
It's like my mother would say, what do you think I've been doing? Sitting on my butt eating bonbons all day?
Which I guess was... Now, my mom used to say that too. I don't know where that whole bonbon thing comes from.
I'm not sure, but I never saw Mother Poodle eat a bonbon once.
I don't even know what a bonbon is.
It's like I want to assume it's a chocolate candy.
No.
Like,
bonbon.
Bonbon.
Bonbon. Is it like... Now, my dad, is it like the chocolate-covered cherries that my dad loves?
They're so gross. Cherry cordials?
The chocolate-covered, my dad loves them.
Those are so sweet. They turn your mouth inside out.
Oh, all of him and his sisters love him because that is the one thing that Grandma Hazel, which her birthday's tomorrow, November 11th, 11.
House 11.
But anyway, they would always get, that's the one thing she could afford to get them for Christmas. They would all get a box of cherry cordials in their stocking. That's what they would get for Christmas.
That's sad.
Well, they were in poverty.
That's the one thing.
So now it's like their favorite thing every Christmas. They have to have them.
Now I feel terrible for talking about how disgusting they are.
No, they're still gross.
Oh, wait, it passed.
Yeah, they're still gross.
I felt that. No, there it goes.
Nope, there it goes.
There it goes. They're disgusting. They're too sweet.
Not for me.
You said not from you that you like them, or they're
I said not for
you
me.
like them. Oh,
Not for me. That's what I said. Not for me.
like you don't like them.
Yeah, they're not for me.
Okay.
I don't like them.
I thought you meant they're too sweet. You're like, not for me.
Oh. No. It's like,
That's a grammar lesson, y'all. We just taught you two different ways of interpreting it. Not for me. Not for me. English is
boy,
weird.
this is where someone just said, well, I'm not subscribing to this shit. Thanks for the free episode.
Fuck off.
Fuck off.
Our show's about more than dicks. Not much.
Not much.
But it is.
So go ahead, Pooh.
She basically says she wants to be a housewife who doesn't cook or clean, and she's like, can't wait to get my green card because I finally won't feel like a hostage anymore.
And George is like, yeah. Okay, great.
And I feel like he's
Thanks.
in all of their in the moments, he's trying to keep things like they are some kind of sitcom couple.
Yes, it really is that he is so off touch, honestly, with reality.
Yeah.
He thinks he's doing a good job of showing face.
Yeah.
He doesn't realize he looks like an idiot. And I
does.
wonder if they filmed this and then they're filming Happily Ever After 6 months after they got married, then probably all of their season of 90 Day Fiancé either had just started or hadn't aired, began to air yet.
That's
So
probably
I think
true.
he doesn't realize how he is perceived on TV. Not that he would notice that anyway.
And at one point, he's like, Anfisa says something like, yes, and I will punish you. And he goes, help. And I'm like, this is where normally you'd have a really sarcastic laugh track playing.
Yeah.
Like this is like that weird sitcom Yes Dear with
Yeah.
that gay guy who was married to Jean Louise Kelly.
Wow. I can't
Remember
believe
that? It was like, oh, my wife henpecks me all the time. Her.
I remember being very excited about that show. It wasn't good.
It was on for like 5 seasons.
I forgot about Yes Dear. What happened to her?
Jean
What-
Louise Kelly?
Wasn't she in Mr. Holland's Opus?
Yes.
Such a great movie. I cry every time.
If you remember
Oh,
Yes
so
Dear,
good.
you've got ibuprofen in your purse.
Oh, it's true.
I think it came on after Everybody Loves Raymond or I can't remember.
Oh, and if you remember,
But that guy was a homosexual. His name
Yeah,
was Anthony
it's
something.
true. We should do Mr. Holland's Opus.
Didn't we
as a
see him at a
watch-along.
gay bar?
Yeah.
And I went, oh!
You did do that. Yeah, you did. Hopefully
I
he's
was,
out.
But I was also
Hopefully
titillated.
he's out, Poodle.
Oh, well. I'm sorry.
Because he's the one. Is he the one that you used to like that show, Boston Commons?
Yeah, he was on Boston Common.
You liked that show. I
did.
never watched it.
I did. Come for 90 Day Fiancé. Stay for the obscure sitcom references.
And I have to admit, y'all, Mr. Holland's Opus is not a good movie.
It's a terrible film.
I said it to get a rise out of Poodle, and he didn't take the
I
bait.
refused.
He refused.
I refused.
I said it, and his face kind of looked like someone had pissed in his vodka, and he just kept going.
I've decided that I'm not going to, like a cat, I'm not going to bat back the things that you try to bait me
That's
with.
so funny that you think you can control that. But there's sometimes I say things that you just can't help yourself.
But I'm trying
You're
not
like
to.
You're
I
like
refuse to
an
be
actual
baited.
cartoon character sometimes, and you can't control yourself.
I refuse to be baited.
And it's amazing.
So, anyway, they are. He thinks they're in a different relationship than she does.
Yes,
Like
he
for
does.
him, their relationship is on TV and it's funny and like they're like oil and water, but they actually love each other.
And she's like, "No, I'm gonna hit you and actually physically abuse you, and one day I might fucking kill you."
right, and she's very unhappy.
She's very unhappy. But the thing is, that's kind of part of Anfisa's power. She wants you to be scared of her.
Yeah, she does.
She never tells you she loves you.
No.
She never acts like nice. And when she does, it's when you least expect it.
Yeah,
It's I'll be honest, y'all. She's totally emotionally abusive.
She is.
She really is towards him.
and later on, physical abusive.
And well, and
He's to me though. He's
we're
worse.
not validating that, but we are saying he manipulates and gaslights.
Yeah.
and tries to honestly, he calls her controlling, but he passive aggressively tries to control her the whole time.
He is 10 times worse than she is for me.
Agreed.
But later on, we'll talk about this a little bit. But y'all, they're house hunting for a rental, and we didn't know where they were on the watch along.
We couldn't tell.
I still think it's somewhere in the valley, maybe in between like Van Nuys and Calabasas.
Maybe.
On that long stretch of the 101.
Yeah, it's got to be in the valley. If it's anywhere in L.A., it's maybe Cheviot Hills, but it's not
Cheviot Hills.
It's not as bumpy.
Yeah.
Again, someone just said, I don't care. I'm from Oregon. Just get on with it, gay guys.
Move along, fairies.
Move along.
So first of all, he's like, so I've told the real estate agent to kind of stay under $5,000 a month for a house.
Now, look, y'all balk and think, oh my God, that's so crazy. That's like how much a 3-bedroom house to rent.
A 3-bedroom house
to rent here.
Really, if you're going to, I have friends who have a house. It's like a compound. There's like about 6 or 7 who live there. A lot of them are couples.
Yeah, but they go in on it usually.
They go in on it.
Like this is like, how long? We've been moved at.
We had a 3-bedroom house. House. Yeah.
We paid like $2,400 at the time, or $2,200.
Yeah.
But all 3 of us split the rent.
Yeah.
So.
That was 15 years ago, though.
10. We moved here 18.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, 15. Yeah, when we first
Ish.
got it. Yeah. Oh my God, we're old.
We are. So,
especially you.
I hate you. So, but know that, and also this is a certain kind of opulence that is hideous to me. Those awful valances.
This house was gross to me.
And when the real estate agent said, and any girl's dream, a clawfoot tub. And I'm like, but it's still small.
That's the thing. Maybe it's just because I'm that person that would rather wear elastic pants that look like jeans than actual jeans that zip and button. It's the same thing. I love a beautiful clawfoot tub. I'm a son of a plumber in Oklahoma. You know what I want? I want a whirlpool tub.
Yeah, a big
that I can
tub.
sit in with jets in it.
That's a girl's dream.
Looks like Boss Hogg is going to sit in it and eat fried chicken while he's eating suds.
Oh, Duke boys.
I'm
going to get him.
While he's talking to Roscoe Pico and giving him orders.
Roscoe Pico train.
Pass me
the coleslaw.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Them Duke boys.
If you knew
what we were cartoons.
If you knew what we were just talking about, again, you're over 30 and you live south of the Mason-Dixon line.
That's true. No, I think they were. It was the.
Yeah,
it was
Dukes
a
of Hazzard
show.
was everywhere. Yeah, that's true.
I think were we watching it when it was reruns? No, it was still on.
I remember very young watching Dukes of Hazzard when it was
So. But
making the way,
the only way that I have.
That's just a get up, boy, and the law will allow.
That's not the lyric. That's just a little bit more than the law will allow. Why can't we ever remember the lyrics?
I don't know.
I say we as a nicety.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean you. But so this house is gross, and of course she tells him that it's actually $7,800 a month for a 5-bedroom house.
Yes.
And he goes, which is, and then with that, the first month's
and there's
rent,
a pool,
$15,600 for that. Now I wrote down that's $100,000 a year, over $100,000 a year on rent.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
Now look, I'm not saying but this is too much house for them. It's just
they
don't need a 5-bedroom house.
No. They need a one, possibly 2-bedroom house.
No, if you live with Anfisa, you need 2 bedrooms.
Yeah. They need a 2-bedroom house that's kind of nice in a decent area. And they could probably get that in even a nice area for $3,000.
This wasn't that long ago. This was, I would say, probably like around 5.
Really?
Well, it depends on where they are. If they're in the valley, then 3 or 3,500.
They could be in the valley.
Anyway, someone is screaming who lives in fucking in like I don't know, in like Virginia right now, and just going, that's how much we're just talking about it. But y'all, we're so
rents are high out here.
You know, you've lived in LA a long time where you're like, somebody bought a house for $1.2 million. You're like, that's not bad.
That's a good deal.
Good for you.
For a while.
And it's a fucking cottage, like a 2-bedroom cottage. And you're like, that's great.
Remember when we would go around looking at on Sunday mornings to go on open houses?
Oh, yeah. We used to do that. Us and our old roommate Sissy, acting like we could actually
afford it. And they're like, isn't this home cute? 1.3 million. And I'm like, and they're like, and it's a really spacious 1,000 square feet.
And Jake would be like, I don't like the kitchen. Let's go. We just walk out. Boy.
And they would go, what a bitch. I walk out.
Anyway, Anfisa's already bringing up the whole thing is she's saying, you know, by the way, because George got a secret.
Yeah, he says there's something I haven't told her.
Secret. And so she goes shopping with Miranda. Y'all, Miranda is the woman from the ring shop. Remember?
Fake friend alert.
Yeah, Central Casting. Literally, actually, this is Central Casting because this was in Los Angeles. And this is her fake friend.
You can see her as Nina in a version of the Seagull. At the Actors Nightmare Theater.
Yeah. She also got killed in Child's Play 8. She was the first one that died. Anyway, it was so she's with Miranda. Miranda's the one that she bought. Remember y'all when George tries to? He's literally looking for wedding rings, and Anfisa just keeps doing the iPhone search.
Yes,
keeps blowing up his phone.
Boop, 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 boop. Yeah.
Yep, this is that woman. So, however, though, y'all, she's Team Anfisa.
She's Team Anfisa. Yep.
Because they're all shopping. She's kind of talking about George, and she's like, Miranda just says, you know what? All the promises that he made are crap. He promised her the world, and he's not doing anything for it. And she says, you should move on.
And my question is, I love that she's just saying kind of empty things. She can't move on because she needs him for the green card.
Exactly. And then it's not even like she gets the green card. She has to get the green card, and then
I can see the camera people going, sorry, Miranda, you probably not a good idea to advise her for that because that's not totally how this works. No. Oh, I'm sorry. I was just trying to be a supportive friend.
Yeah.
I saw this on a Netflix movie once. Yeah. This is how women take care of one another.
It is. I saw it in that Lifetime movie, the series.
Where's
about
Crafty?
The woman, the Lifetime movies, the woman who's a floral shop owner, but she solves mysteries.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they basically
someone should make that a floral shop owner, and they solve mysteries, and each movie is named after a different flower, like that.
Kind of like a Sue Grafton combination.
I just gave someone an idea.
D is for Dahlia and death.
And death. Black Rose.
No, it has to be dial or buy D for Dahlia or something like that.
Smells like petunias.
Death Dahlia. Dahlia, that's what it is. Dahlia of death.
Dahlia, yes. Okay,
and then there's they're all things like
chrysanthemum,
mum
killer.
Of murder.
Yeah, mum of murder.
Someone, what is this? What is this series called? Oh God.
The floral killer. I don't know.
That's terrible.
That's terrible.
You should be ashamed. You have to keep those quiet. Someone come with a name of someone who's a florist who.
Yeah.
Let's see. Something about flower. Oh, God,
I don't know.
Fuck it. Who cares? It'll come to me tonight at 1 a.m. Branding is very important to me. Wow. So let's move on. George is picking her up. He's like, what'd you buy? That looks, and already he's kind of trying to be, this is where he's trying to use sitcom tropes, I feel like. He's trying to be Kevin James in his like fat guy, skinny wife sitcom.
He really does think he's Kevin
That's what
James.
I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree with that.
He really feels like he's in this kind of fantasy.
I agree.
It's like, what'd you buy? And he expects
And like,
her.
no matter what he does, at the end of the day, she still loves him.
Yeah.
Y'all, guess what? In real life, Leah Remini leaves Kevin James and takes him for all he's got. That's the drama of that.
I know. That's
of that
true.
show.
That's true.
Exactly.
Remember how many
The second
big guy,
time-
skinny wife shows?
That's all they were. Yes, they were.
But I think that's what he thinks he's living in.
Yes.
So
That's a great analogy.
She basically she says, and then he would say he expects her to say, I'll buy what I want. You're complaining about me, and she finally says, she angrily says, I didn't buy that much. I spent $250.
She's like, and if you're a millionaire, $250 is nothing to you. And this is where I leaned in. I went, wait a minute.
He's like, wait, there's supposed to be a laugh track line here.
But this is what, y'all, I knew that he told her he had money, and I went, oh, holy shit.
Yeah.
He told her he's a millionaire.
An actual millionaire.
An actual millionaire.
And guys, here's where it comes out. He said, actually, I haven't been doing that well. And she's like, so you're not a millionaire? Say you're not a billionaire. And he says, I'm not.
I'm not.
I'm actually in debt.
I'm actually in debt. And then he said, but I only exaggerated because I was so obsessed with you.
He makes it.
And
this is the
I
thing.
did, and I bought these things for you.
Really implying.
When
This is it. He's implying the fact that he's not as successful because he spends every spare cent on her.
Even though we find out later, y'all, he had the debt before he met Anfisa.
Yeah.
Because here's the deal. Y'all, George is a serial liar.
He is. And this is sinister, y'all.
He has imposter syndrome.
Because this
Bad.
works on other women.
Yes.
It does not work on Anfisa.
Other women, it worked on me. People did that to me.
So here we go. And she says,
Found myself in the middle of an airport in Grand Rapids at 3 a.m. without a ticket, having to call my dad for money. That's a story
That's
you're
sad.
never going to hear on the show.
So, y'all, he says,
God, he had a nice dick, though.
he says, if you're not ready to adapt, and she goes, adapt to what? Your lies?
And he's like, when you love someone, you love them no matter what.
I actually screamed out, sheesh.
Yeah. When
at that
you
point.
love someone,
And he
pay
said,
them money.
he said, maybe I exaggerated, but I still spent everything I had on you. And I wrote down, this was the long and short of the whole conversation, you guys. Anfisa, you were the reason I screwed up my business.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about you all the time.
And I was so
And I was
lovesick.
slacking. And he's like, and I need to tell you, I'm in debt for like several
they
thousand.
go to dinner. Yeah, they go to dinner, and he said, because we need to make a thing. She said, I thought you were just being cheap this whole time. I didn't know is that you didn't have the money.
Yeah, this is, you can just see her go. She's put up with
She's
so
like,
much.
I can't trust you anymore. Because
Yeah.
I will say, y'all, she's never lied to him.
No, not
If
once.
she has, then she's keeping it for us. But she has not lied to him at all.
She's been so upfront.
I would say I would offer the phrase
Radical honesty.
radically upfront with him. And George tells her, she's like, how much do you owe? And he's like, couple thousand. She's like, what's a couple thousand?
I nailed this on the watch along.
He's 30. I think we both nailed it because you said $30,000.
You
and
said,
that's
like,
what he said.
yeah.
But I said, and
40.
I
He
think we're
lied.
going to find out it's like 50 grand.
Yeah, and so
Because
y'all-
Anfisa says, I don't know what to believe
and you know
now.
what? And you know what this means when when you owe that much money. That is one of two things. That is repo, or that's tax problems. I bet you dollars to donuts is taxes.
I mean, it could be I bet you it's taxes too. It could be very, very just bad charging things on a credit card for his
could
business.
be, but damn, that's a lot of debt to ring up in a year.
Yep. And Anfisa's like, I don't know what to believe. I want to protect myself. And so she says, I want a post-nuptial agreement.
And y'all,
And that's
this
where
is
George
a
was like,
mic drop.
if you truly love someone, you don't do this. This means you want to get... And she's like, because y'all, she understands I'm responsible
Right.
for his debt now that I'm married to him.
This is the thing, y'all. She just woke up and realized he's trying to change the rules here.
Well, no. It's not that she's not realizing he's trying to change the rules. She's realizing
It was never this
the
way.
rules were never there.
Yeah, that's true. Ugh.
Which is really even worse because you realize you agreed to something that was never there.
Awful. Anyway, y'all, we're going to take a little break. But if you're on the Patreon, you're
going to keep going.
We're going to keep going.
On the 8 here. When we get back, we're going to talk about
me and Beth are going to go buy a trailer.
Mohamed. So, hey, Danielle, this is producer, but I just wanted to ask, what are you texting? What are you texting there, Danielle?
My new boyfriend.
Oh, it's your new boyfriend, Danielle. What kind of things are you saying to you? What are y'all texting about, Danielle?
Hey, boyfriend, could you, do you think when I clip the coupons for Dollar General, do you think I actually have to show out with the coupons? Or I just tell them? Because I have a feeling that they would do it on the honor system.
You put all that in the text?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a lot to say.
What else do you text about?
We talk about all things. You want to read my other one?
Let's read your text, Danielle.
Have you ever heard the phrase buffalo nickel? My dad used to collect them, but I don't know if it had a buffalo on it. I don't remember it.
I've never seen a buffalo. Sure would like to.
I'm sure you think of this. Every time we see Danielle on screen, I have this overwhelming dread or just this overwhelming note that I'm going to get to see more of her life. And it is just crushingly sad.
I get that. Kudos to her that Danielle is
She's turned a little bit around where we are currently.
Is trying to move things along, but y'all.
Sandusky just looks
bleak. So bleak. And this good for her that she's saving, that she's gonna be able to buy her own trailer to live in, trailer house.
By the way, you still call them trailer houses.
Yeah.
I think we had this where
people from called it trailer house.
And it was the only place we could find that called them trailer houses.
Yeah.
We found trailer homes occasionally.
I think Danielle called it a trailer. She said trailer something.
No, it's a trailer.
I think she just said a trailer, right?
That's the general term.
So she's looking at a trailer, and this did not look like it was in good condition for someone to buy.
And this was the thing.
And Beth is around with her rosacea face going, looks good.
Did you hear the music that was playing before? It was like, ba, 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 we're gonna go look at a trailer. It's in bad condition, but you're making your way through the life.
It always it feels like there's the B-side of the Waitress album. He's like Sarah Bareilles trying to hold Danielle.
Falling off, but still you're on your own and go on, make it, lady.
Sandusky.
Ba, ba, ba,
it's always that. Anyway, y'all, I agree with that sentiment. Let's jump into it. So, y'all,
the job back is not good as Sandusky, Ohio.
All right, let's jump in. Y'all, it's
Rest on the trailer. Sorry, I'm done.
Okay, so y'all know the recap. Basically, the last time time we saw Danielle Mohamed,
Happily Ever After
she
season
was
1
in Florida with her binder,
that she threw at him.
I'm gonna tell you about your America, to Tunisia, where you belong.
Send you back to Africa.
And they're like, Danielle, that's not where he's from. Anyway,
Tunisia's in Africa.
Well, no, I mean, sorry, yes, it is in Africa. Is he actually from? I just said Tunisia.
Yes.
Oh, who?
He's from Tunisia.
Who? Rebecca Ziad's from Tunisia. Yes. So that's the last time she had found him in Florida. So that's the last time we kind of knew. Well, because all of this is about y'all. Danielle's still in love with him, yeah.
Although she has a new boyfriend.
She has a new boyfriend, but I guess it doesn't last because remember, y'all, she was on the single life last season.
And she is going back to college.
Good
she's
for
looking
her.
for a new home. She's trying. I kind of think that Beth is pushing all of this.
Oh,
I
yes.
I got a question.
She wants Mohamed to get deported, and that's because Beth wants Mohamed.
What is Beth's angle? Does she want to be on TV, or is Beth one of these people who gets their jollies out of completely telling someone what to do?
Yes. Look at her face. She's always red in the face. She's always angry. She's just angry.
Yeah. Also, don't get too close to that mouth hole either.
She's like, what is that little cartoon that's just like a red triangle? It's like an angry, what? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
What cartoon is that from? But she looks like that in a bad blonde wig.
Ooh. Yeah. There's just, God, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say,
I don't like
think
it when Poodle goes
personally,
on a limb.
I would get along with Beth.
I don't think you would.
I don't think we'd be friends.
I feel like she's someone in a Starbucks line that's going to have a problem.
I agree. She's going to have a problem.
Yeah.
So remember, guys, she says she's moving on.
Deported.
But
show him he can't treat somebody that way.
She's out for revenge this time.
She is out for revenge, yeah.
So, and Mohamed, we get to Mohamed, and he's sitting there like some kind of pimp on his Uber. In his what looks like a Celica.
I wish it was that nice.
Yeah.
I think this is more like a Kia Nope. It was just they made one car. They just went nope, and that's what Mohamed brought.
It lasted for like 6 months in 2007.
And Mohamed got a Kia Nope.
A Kia Nope.
Yeah, yeah. Mercury. It's a Mercury note.
Kind of just rattles the whole time.
By the way, y'all, now he was an Uber and Lyft driver because I remember when we very first started the show.
Oh,
that's when this was, I guess, airing or after, not too far. But some of our sissies called an Uber and he showed up.
Mohamed showed up. Can you imagine?
Come at us if that happened to you. I want to hear the story.
I want to hear.
Did you talk to him? Like,
did you mention I've seen you on television?
Yeah. Did you say like?
He's like, can I sign anything for you?
Yeah, I'm sure he would. Because he's got a new hairstyle again. Because Mohamed makes sure to each season have a new hairstyle.
Now he's picking up an Uber passenger, which is so awkward.
Y'all, this is a PA.
He's got his own apartment because he lives in Port Richey, and on the watch
Where's
along,
Port Richey?
I don't know.
Okay.
Sounds pretty random.
Normally, like a port is a name. It's like port. I don't know, like the Port of Long Beach, or it'll be like
like Port something is a city,
Dolphin Bay or Port whatever. But Port
like Port Charles,
Port Charles, and Port Charles, Port George, whatever.
Port Richey,
Port Richey. Hey Richie, hey Richie, got a present for you. This is my port. I can see where this is.
I have a feeling while you're doing that. Y'all, we kind of, or I lost it. I think you did too. I lost it at his apartment. I don't know what this is.
I don't either.
This has to be a furnished apartment.
Has to be.
And this is some kind of world market / I don't know, cost plus. Terrible nightmare, because it had to be something like maybe it's a sublet. Because
maybe
the following things are present in Mohamed's apartment.
By the way, before you go into Port Richey is in Florida. It's right by the Tropical Breeze Casino. It is about, I'm going to say
from Miami. How far?
50. Oh no, not Miami. This is Central Florida. It's about 50 miles north of Tampa.
Oh, yes. So he really moved uptown.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's way from Miami.
It's like he's close to Ocala, where my brother used to live.
How was that?
The less said, the better. Anyway.
So
yes, Poodle.
The following things are in his apartment.
Yes.
A stencil design on a back wall of Big Ben and the London Bridge.
Yeah.
And then a couple, a man and a woman, with the man holding flowers behind his back.
Oh, he's going to get you, surprise you with love.
This looks like if you blew up a poster that you bought at Walmart.
Yeah. I don't think you can buy posters there now.
No, you can't. Remember when I tried to buy posters?
Yeah, you can't buy posters.
And I asked, the thing that I asked at Target, those little flip through things you buy posters at? And a guy who was probably 17 years old looked at me and said, yeah, I heard about that, but I don't think we have them anymore.
My parents talked about it.
And the thing
Poodle
is,
actually rolled back into his shell and just rolled out.
And then, first I slashed his throat. But the thing is, he was humoring me because he'd never heard of that.
He'd never heard of that.
He was making me feel like less of a fool.
Remember, you'd go every time you go to Walmart, you'd go to see what
the posters.
The new poster
Whether
they
it was
had.
a Lamborghini poster.
Yeah, or the new Kids on the Block poster.
No, we boys didn't buy those.
I didn't say we bought them, but I wanted to see what the new poster was.
Y'all, us gay boys wanted those, but we knew we couldn't get
Thankfully,
them.
they usually put them by the Britney Spears. And so I'd be like, Mama, she's so pretty. Actually, Britney Spears, I was older.
I was going to say, in what deluded world
Not
are you?
Britney, it was
Paula Abdul.
Yeah, I was Paula Abdul.
Yeah.
Had a lot of Paula Abdul posters so I could look at the new kids.
Oh, Joey.
That and New Edition. Ooh.
So
I have an edition.
The other things that are there is this big, kind of almost savannah style giraffe.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And also all these terrible candles, and this kind of white tiger throw that is so awful, zebra-ish. And I wrote down, where are all the globes?
Yes.
There needs to be lots of decorative globes that you spin.
This reminds me of y'all like those, maybe I said this in the watch along, I don't remember. I've slept since then. But what you would see in like a nail salon or a hair parlor that has the pictures, like the pictures of people with haircuts with like black hair and like it's a cartoon and the face is like really white, but then the lips are red.
Yes.
Like that very 80s decor. This is who decorated this apartment.
It's awful.
It
is truly
awful.
You can't even look at it all the way.
If it's his actual taste, then God help him.
I just can't. I don't think he has a taste. He adapts to whatever's around him.
He is a leech.
Yeah. He will take on whatever. He doesn't have a personality.
Yes, he's the Rebecca Romaine of 90 Day Fiancé.
What?
Like the Mystique. The X-Men. She just goes...
That was nerdy. You could have just said Rebecca... You should have just said Mystique. But you insulted Rebecca Romaine. I thought, do you mean she's just a bad actor? Or she just... Anyway.
Is she still married to John Stamos, or did they get divorced?
I also like how you didn't say the most recent one, Jennifer Lawrence.
Well, no.
You went with Rebecca Romaine.
Well, everybody knows the new one with Jennifer Lawrence, which, y'all, they're not good. The first one was good, but the others were horrible.
Oh, I can't even...
And now we can't like any of them because even now they've come out and said how problematic Bryan Singer is.
Oh, more than problematic.
Who thankfully will never make one again.
Yeah.
Because he's a piece of shit.
Because he's a pedophile. So
anyway, where the fuck are we? You got me off on this rant of Mohamed's apartment. But y'all, here's the deal. It's so Mohamed's living his best life and then suddenly...
In Port Richey.
Uh-oh. Y'all, he gets served.
You got served.
You got served with a summons. And suddenly, not even like, this is why he's the worst con ever. He doesn't even take time to think. He just goes, uh-oh, I got to go back to Ohio. Yep. What's that?
Hey, Danielle, that's my phone ringing.
That's the worst phone ring.
You're right.
No, sounded like a hummingbird, like just farting.
It does sound like a random European phone tie. What is it?
What kind of phone do you use?
Go ahead and make what you think a phone dial sounds like. That's just what I did.
No, it's not. Gary, rewind.
Anyway, he calls her immediately. It's like, hey, how's it going? And Daniel's like,
hi.
And he's like,
Danielle, I see you've
how's school?
Yeah, how's school? I see you sent me some papers here. I'm so confused. Danielle.
And he's like, I've refiled the annulment, and this time I'm not gonna take it back.
I'm gonna come and see you, Danielle.
Yeah, how about, could we have like a lunch or something?
He is just fucking cellophane. How transparent
It's
this
awful.
man. It's awful. And yet Danielle is like, she's
gonna do it.
At first she's like, he's just coming here. But y'all, mark my words, she's gonna see him at dinner and go, well, maybe there's a spark there and we can get back together. All good.
So of course the next thing is them going to the trailer. We talked about that already.
We already talked about the trailer.
But-
Which, y'all, there's holes in the wall in the trailer.
It's not in good
And
condition.
Danielle's like, y'all, maybe this will work
I
best.
could
Like,
make
I
this-
like it.
I could make this a home.
It's good and it's yours. Get it. Good for you. Be a strong woman, Danielle.
So Mohamed is driving up to Ohio
Driving down the highway, and I'm going
to see my
Danielle.
lawyer, who's Donald.
Don't turn back, or she's gonna give you Norman. Don't turn back, or she's gonna give you Norman.
No divorce. We're gonna owe Elena so much money.
Thank you, though, Elena, for letting us use your song over and
Without
over.
your permission.
If you don't know that, y'all, check out that song from our Smothered recap, season 1.
Yeah. No, season 2.
She
was on season 2.
We never did season 1.
We never did season 1.
Oh God, I would enjoy that.
There's only 4 couples.
Oh, I would like
I
that.
call
though.
them couples because I've always thought
What's that?
they're mother-daughter couples.
Yeah, they are mother-daughter couples.
Sunhee, it's also Kathy and Christina. And
Then
who
the
else?
The mom. There's one we didn't see. The mom who parties with her daughter.
Yes, and there was another one. I'm forgetting. Oh,
Dawn and Cher.
Dawn and Cher.
By the way, I haven't. Is anybody watching Tampa Bay's the lesbian drama one?
I
haven't
watched
it.
one
Is
episode
good?
with it, and it was pretty unwatchable.
Oh, really?
It was pretty unwatchable.
In a bad way?
Yeah.
Because Extreme Sisters is unwatchable, but we watched it.
No, this isn't cringe. It's like. It's
Like you
not
want to be
that
a
it's-
mainstream reality
it's
show?
Not, yes.
This is gonna be a long episode, y'all.
They're trying to be. I think they're trying to be The Hills meets Tampa, but with lesbians.
Okay.
And the idea is this idea of who are the real leader of the pack lesbians.
Oh.
It's feeling a little bit like that's why it feels like The Hills to me.
Okay.
But it's not because the lesbians who are there are trying too hard to make themselves differentiated.
Yeah.
And so it feels a little, and also I think it would feel more glamorous if we were someplace besides Tampa.
Sissy Bill would disagree.
And
but yeah.
It just feels a little contrived. Now,
All right. I'll check out that episode.
Contrary to popular belief, am not a lesbian. So, although I'd like to be.
You've tried.
I've tried. I was mistaken for one occasionally.
More than occasionally.
But I will say this type of lesbian is the bar fighting, drinking too much drama lesbian.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, definitely. But I haven't seen a lot of that lately.
Check it out. It's on Amazon, I think, if y'all want to watch it.
It is. It is. I like it how you said check it out, and my recommendation says no.
Well, do.
So you can't say check it out until you watch it.
No, that's true. Yeah, I just wanted if people. I didn't want people to message and say, "Where do I want Carl? How do I see the Tampas?" And I'm telling you,
Tampas.
it's on Amazon, y'all. Okay, so Mohamed runs out of gas, and he's again in Mohamed's perfect
The
way.
audacity.
But you know why he runs out of gas? Danielle has me so stressed out, and I'm thinking about everything, and I just forgot. It's always Danielle's fault with Mohamed.
Yeah.
He never just forgets about it. And he calls Danielle, and Danielle says, "No, I'm not
Good
gonna
for
help."
her.
Good for her. Good for
Well, I
her.
gotta be at work at 3.
And we never know how Mohamed gets home. Maybe that's for 90 Day After Dark. Or maybe
AAA.
maybe that's how he got into truck driving. A truck driver got into him
Yeah.
and picked him up. But
Gave
regardless,
the truck driver a handy.
meanwhile,
He
he's
shifted the truck driver's gears, if you know what I mean. Oh, third, fourth. Woo! That's a trucking dirty joke.
Yeah, it sure is. 18 wheels and a dozen blowjobs.
Sorry, Kathy Mattea.
Sorry.
With apologies to Kathy Mattea.
Rubbed one out on a highway. I did it on a Tuesday.
You should
I
sing
could
your
keep going.
father that one next time.
It's on Maddie's honkin'
I know.
tonkin' mix. He loves it. And you know, he told my brother, when I picked him up from Houston the other day when we were going, he said, Matt, that's what I like. You play good music. Your brother, he doesn't play shit. And I asked my brother, I said, what do you play? He's like, I play fucking country music. I do like a Spotify playlist. I put like Barbara Mandrell and put like 90s country. And I said, well, it's not Maddie's honkin' tonkin' mix.
It's not the kind of feminine driven that he actually likes.
It doesn't have Don Lewis singing Tulsa Time. That's his favorite.
Tulsa
Oh,
time?
I love that song. Living on Tulsa Time. It's a great
Not
song.
familiar.
Don Lewis, one of the great American poets of country music.
I think you compared him to Leonard Cohen.
I did.
And
I stand by it.
And I still say take Leonard Cohen's name
I
out of your
stand
mouth.
by it. Anyway, y'all, you can get that on your Spotify
Don't
playlist.
compare anyone to Leonard Cohen.
I'm saying, and also you can get Poodle's, what's it called?
Club
Fuck
Glitter
Me
Mix.
Cum Job. What's it called?
Might as well be. Poodle's Gay Club Glitter Mix, volumes 1 and 2.
On your Spotify,
Yeah,
y'all. Check
you
them
can
out.
search for those. Mostly those are music that I listened to at the club
I love
while I was being fingered.
y'all. Wow, with no lube. So we had a teacher that messaged us and sent us a video.
This was amazing.
And she plays Poodle's Gay Club. It was literally the Thunderpuss remix of Whitney Houston.
It's all right, but it's okay.
Yeah,
it's not
she
right.
plays it for her students.
And the kids are loving
they're
it.
like, it was good for you. Shout out to Teacher Warriors.
And all of a sudden, all the boys are gay.
Y'all, there's no need to play Thumbs Up 7 Up because when you play Poodle's Gay Glitter Club mix, everybody's eventually going to want to thumb up their butt.
Thumbs up, 7 Up.
You never played Thumbs Up
How do you
7
play?
Up? It's just you. I didn't like it because I
This
didn't get
show's
picked.
going to be forever.
People, all kids put their heads down on their desk.
No, it's called 7 Up.
But thumbs up. That's what you say. Thumbs up, 7 Up, and you put your heads down. Everybody puts their thumb up.
What do you? What's the game where the people tap people?
That's
that
Duck Duck Goose. Yeah.
How is
oh,
this-
you're thinking of that
is this
orgy
sexual?
orgy you did in 20 with the soccer team. They
Yeah,
tapped
that's
you
a
on that
different one.
Yeah.
It's a different kind of tapping.
Y'all, just varsity. He's not a whore. But no, thumbs up, 7 Up, and then they come by and somebody puts your thumb down, and then I don't remember how it ends.
So it's not a sex game. It's not like
No.
a makeout game.
No, it's an actual game you play in front of your teacher. What kind of games did you play as a child?
Ooh, wouldn't you like to know?
This is going to be a long show. We've got to keep going.
So he gets there and he goes to see the lawyer Donald, who we've seen
Donald
before.
Lewis Esquire.
And Donald basically says, "Here's the thing, Mohamed.
You fucked.
You could have been deported the entire time living without Danielle because she's the petitioner, and you can be deported at any time."
Because your green card is
provisional, right?
Green card. Well, now it's invalid.
Yeah,
Because you have to be with that person,
Right.
for the green card to be valid.
right. They have to be. That's the petitioner.
So y'all, literally, he had no gas. A policeman or policewoman could have stopped.
Yeah.
Having seen an ID and then just deported him.
And did you notice when the Donald says, "So, did you intend to marry her, or did you want to marry her just for a green card?" And y'all behind was like, but that's all, folks.
And
he stumbles and says, "I mean, my intentions were good, but it was kind of a nightmare living with her." And
then the lawyer said, "But you married her with good intentions, yes?"
He's like,
and then he
"Yeah,
says, kind of like he
but-"
rehearsed it, like the returnee. He smiles real big, like a play doll, and says, "I married her with good intentions, yes."
This guy
Wow.
is such a fucking fake.
He's such a fake.
You know, the thing is,
I forgot it. He's one of my least favorite people in 90 Day Fiancé.
and he's so insincere.
He's a raging, like, classifiable, diagnose him narcissist.
You can't even root for him.
No, you can't.
Because there's nothing in him that you kind of sometimes if you don't catch yourself, you might feel a little sorry for him, but that's all intentional.
Yeah.
He wants that.
Yeah.
Nothing is ever authentic.
No.
And
that's true.
It's something I have every time I can't even connect to him.
He has, again, we've talked about, but it's just like no empathy,
Zero.
sociopathic. It's like Mohamed is not well. I would be scared that Mohamed would be, I wouldn't be afraid like Mohamed would kill me or something like that. But Mohamed is that type of guy that would, like, you would go to work one day and then you come home and he's moved everything out of your house and just gone, and he says, well, you were not a responsible husband to me.
Yeah.
And I'll
take half of it.
And I'll just be gutted. And it'll be out of the blue and I won't even know it's coming.
Wow, that's a dark future for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm done with them. Let's talk about
Yes.
Russ and Pow.
Russ and toss.
She's in Miami. You guys remember she moved to Miami at the last time.
Yeah.
And as to be a model actress,
Russ is in Piedmont.
He's in Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City.
And we had the infamous drama last Happily Ever After was her booby pics.
Her booby pics, because she went down to Miami. And he was like, I can't believe somebody's showing you this way. But they really, I'm glad that they brought this up, and y'all, because look, I know you're thinking we live in America, hashtag melting pot, hashtag inclusivity.
Salad bowl.
Y'all, in fucking Oklahoma, even in Oklahoma City, there is not, it's better, but there's not this huge Latinx culture for people to draw from. There is nothing for POW out there. I'm telling you, it's a little better than it used to be, but it's only like in Oklahoma City proper.
I think if they were in Texas, things would be a little easier.
I think a little easier.
Yeah,
but it's just
like in Houston or Austin.
It's like, y'all, the person that does landscaping for my dad, especially now that he's sick, or my dad can't. Getting my dad not to try to get on the lawnmower was an issue. Don't get me started. But so we have this guy named I'm not gonna say it. We have this guy does a landscaping, and my Aunt Darla hired him, but my Aunt Peggy knows him. Everybody uses him. No one can say his name. They're like, well, Guillermo. Well, I can't say his name. It's so foreign and exotic to me.
Guillermo?
His name's Guillermo. And I say this, I'm like, y'all, this is a very common.
And if you wanted to anglicize it, Guillermo.
Yeah, I even tried. And
my parents cannot say my father. What was the name that my father cannot say? I'll come up with it tonight at 1 a.m.
Again, 1 a.m. You'll think of everything. But I bring this up because people are like, pale? People probably don't understand. She's dealing with that all the. And I, as a queer person, that's how we felt. Like, there's nobody. We're the only gay in the city, and that's probably how she felt. And I bet she did feel really lonely. I know a lot of people don't like her, and we're gonna see her kind of.
We don't know Cuckoo Pow yet.
We don't know Cuckoo, but I do feel for her. That had to be not fun. So I'm glad she's in Miami.
And she's out there with her Latin girls, and he's a sad panda packing up their house.
Y'all, she's only been gone for 3 weeks.
This realtor, the realtor that's helping him, not the guy, the realtor who's helping him with the very short haircut looks just like a stage manager I worked with.
Yes. Said like 10 other people. She kind of just had that look about her.
She did.
Yeah, I would trust her to sell my house.
Helpful and also resourceful. Mm-hmm. But basically, she goes to a meet with her agent, Carolina. Caroline.
Who's a fucking agent. Let me tell you, y'all.
I liked it.
She is a ball buster.
I liked it how she came into POW, and the POW came in there, and she's like, I never thought you were going to move.
Wow, I didn't think you were going to do this.
Didn't think you were going to show up today.
She's one of those people that says, I'm so glad you're here, but listen, if there's anything else you want to do in life, do that.
And she has no self-awareness.
No.
All agents are like this.
Yes, all agents.
Yeah.
And sadly, that kind of what makes them good agents.
Yeah.
Is they kind of have, but yeah, she's like, wow, you moved here. I'm impressed.
And then I expected her to say, so you still have that pesky husband, right?
Yeah.
It'd be much easier if you weren't married. Can you get divorced for me?
Every time Powell brings him up, she kind of goes like,
like it's a bad taste in her mouth. She's like, because she told me she was, married.
And she was like, now look, you're gorgeous. You're wonderful. Let's change everything about you.
That's kind of, and Powell's like, okay.
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 And she's like, and she goes like, she uses this word, not me, but she keeps saying, you're not really exotic with the brown hair. We wanted you to be blonde and exotic. You're going to stand out.
And I was just thinking, so blonde is exotic in Miami in 2016, 2017?
I guess.
Okay.
I'm like, Shakira's been around for a long time. And I remember when when Shakira came out, like, we lived in LA then.
Yeah.
A lot of like my Latin girlfriends all were like,
yeah,
I
they want that
and
hair.
Like, or like J-Lo did like the honey blonde. Like, so this is not a new thing.
It did feel like she was creating something entirely new when she was going blonde.
Yeah, and she's like, okay, so this is what's going to happen. Some weeks you're going to do well and you might make good money. Most weeks you're not. So you're going to have to get a job.
So you're going to have to go to your bartending job.
Yeah, get a bartender. And Pal's like, what? She's like, yep, you're going to have to bartend.
Yeah. So, you know when I promised you lots of jobs?
Lots of jobs.
Yeah, some weeks not going to be like that. So you're going to be really lucky
Yeah.
to like get a bar back job. You're
Yeah.
going to be a server. It's tough hours, but you're going to be great.
You're going to get at least like, especially starting out till you get the big 100, 200. I'm never going to send you out for anything less than 100. Don't worry.
So I assume that is one whole day of a day rate of $100.
This is non-union.
Yeah.
It's non-union. And y'all, this is the way, that's how I started in commercials before I got in the union. You would do like a commercial for a whole day for like $300.
Yeah. And the thing is, you guys,
And you would eat stale Doritos in a bag because that's all they had to feed you for 12 hours.
but you can modeling is even
Worse,
Worse.
I bet.
So she says, I won't send you out. Then when we say a gig, you guys, a job, this is not like a 2-hour thing.
No, you book a day
You
rate, y'all,
book the
because
day.
Because I don't care if they're not using you till 3 in the afternoon. They want you there at 8 a.m.
Yeah. And you're going to sit around.
You're gonna sit around and you're just
and you'll
gonna
finish by 11 p.m. if you're lucky.
If you're lucky.
Yeah.
Especially for non-union.
Yeah.
Because they can go
They can
however
do
long
whatever
they want.
So when you hear $100, that is not per hour.
No.
And there's not like a 2 or 3 hour gig. That's why Pal was like, so I'm not going to make as much money as I thought.
No.
Yeah.
No. So what do you do when you do that? You go spend $450 to get your hair blonde from a homosexual
from
man
two
in Miami.
queens.
From two queens. Now her hair it looks great.
It does.
It's worth it. She did not. It looks beautiful. It does. I will say the blonde hair, like her eyes are really deep brown, and it really does make her
she
eyes
looks
pop.
great.
I think she looks great.
Did you notice how much makeup the queen who was doing her hair was wearing?
Yes, I aspire to that.
I mean, this is not just.
Well, Miami gays are a different gay.
They really are.
It's a different. First of all, everyone's beautiful there.
Yeah.
Everyone's very put together. There's no.
It is a level of
There's no
extra.
Yeah, there's no Silver Lake in Miami.
No. They just kick you out.
There's no Williamsburg. I'm trying to be places that people.
It's
live.
all nice. It's
Yeah.
all you go out, you wear your best.
There's no
And
Veneta in Miami.
I told you we weren't talking about that goddamn McDonald's again. So anyway, she looks great. She's meeting her gay friend and his cute ugly boyfriend. I can say cute ugly because he's not your typical look.
No. I think he's cute, but he just doesn't look.
That's why I say cute ugly.
But yeah, he's not. Yeah, what?
Because there's a type of gay, you guys, who is so cute and pretty.
Yes.
And then there's that guy.
Yeah.
Who I'd be more interested in.
Yes.
Yeah. Gotta
And
have him a little
meanwhile,
ugly.
Y'all, Juan. They show pictures.
She's a
of,
vicious queen.
She's from
I agree.
Colombia, And
Miss Colombia.
and maybe because one of my best friends is Colombian, and he's better now that he's been married for a long time. But he was shady as fuck.
She's still shady.
She's still.
I know her.
Exactly. She's still shady, and I love. But again, beautiful. But Juan, they show pictures of him like growing up. Y'all, she was serving twink.
She got fucked a lot.
Oh yes, she's Juan,
She finally settled down with this ugly.
¿Cómo se dice leather sling in español?
So he basically keeps saying, "Ugh, I hate Russ. He's really, really boring." Trying to tell the Christian, the boyfriend.
It's it's really kind of a terrible friend thing to do for
Yeah.
her. He's one of those friends that kind of is trying to undermine her. He doesn't realize, but undermine her confidence. Like he wants to be the smartiest, bitchiest queen in the room, and
These
it's not
friends
cute.
aren't actually. You know what? They're great for going out with. They're not good when you need support.
Juan will probably be better in like 10 years when he's sober.
Yeah. Oh, you think?
Oh, yeah.
You think she's a wild one that way?
Oh, yes, because she's a partier. Because he tells stuff. He basically is talking about how Russ is so boring, and
Calls him a peasant.
Calls him a peasant, and even the friend is like, well, he can't be really that bad. And then he says, oh no, he is. In fact, all of her friends to Columbia are like, who is pal? This isn't the pal that we know.
This
And
is
I was
just
like, that's a shitty thing to say to someone.
This is just malevolent.
Yes.
This undermines people's relationships. This wasn't necessary to hear.
If I was that other guy, I would think, okay, if he does this
I
to
need to
our best
rethink
friend,
my relationship.
y'all listen. If you're with a friend and they're saying or doing something to someone else, guess what?
You're next in
You're
line.
next. They're going to do that to you.
Yep.
But consider
Wonder if they're together still.
Sissy Mary, when you do your detective work at the end of
I need to see if Juan and his ugly, cute boyfriend
what
is
was
still
his
around.
name?
Christian.
Christian.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'd totally date him. He's got a nice dick.
Like Christian?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. See if they're together for us, Mary.
I can't imagine because yeah.
If anybody will find out, it's
I know.
Mary.
Put on that Inspector
Y'all,
Gadget.
hire her for detective work.
So at the very end, she's FaceTiming Russ to show off her hair, and he's
Yeah.
like, the thing about Russ is he never really gets super excited about change
No.
or has a reaction. He just turns passive aggressive and go, "No, I like it. I like it. It's just that it's just drastic.
Drastic.
It's
he
just,
does look pretty though. He
does.
pretty eyes. I get so angry.
I'll say I would love to defile him.
I would love for you too. Good for you.
And he'd look at me with those pretty little eyelashes, and I would go,
And he would keep saying,
it's
I can't believe I'm doing this. I can't believe I'm
and I'd
doing
go,
this.
"Shut up, bitch!" And I'd slap him on the face. And I'm like, that was consent, right? That was consent, right?
Wow. Okay. I'm done with this. Yeah, finish that segment. No. And so, but she shows, and he's like, whoa. Okay, that's a new hairstyle. And he says, well, are you making friends? And she's like, yeah. She's not telling
Not
him
gonna tell
about
about
Juan
Juan.
because I guess they met before and it didn't go good.
No,
we never saw
They don't
it.
like one another.
We didn't see it though,
No,
but this is
no.
just them talking about it.
Y'all, to quote Loren's father, Florida ain't New York.
Florida.
Florida ain't New York.
Y'all, Lauren's she's in a New York state of mind.
She misses her Devil Wears Prada
She
life
does.
in
Yes.
New York,
Y'all,
and
It's
or
true.
her in her own mind.
in her own mind, even the way they film it, they show their wedding, they're in Israel and they're blissfully happy. And then they show just like a shot of her doing the dishes and it pans to the living room and he's just sitting there watching TV, just kind of rubbing his huge dick.
In his shorts,
In his shorts with
in his
no
sleeveless
underwear.
tank top.
Y'all, he
rubbing
just
his
wears
big dick, which
Yeah.
he probably jerks off in the bathroom because she probably only wants it once a week. But he
that
needs
I disagree
it.
with.
Oh, really?
Oh, I think this is why I love Loren. I think Lauren's a sissy.
dick pig?
She's a dick pig sissy.
I think
she is.
I think he needs to get off probably every other day.
I think that's something they bond on. Because you know what I love
Maybe.
about her? She says, when we met, it was not love. It was definitely lust at first sight. I love that she owns it like, yeah.
She is a dick
He
pig.
was a bang boy, and we fucked a lot, and then we fell in love.
So y'all, she misses those late night karaoke trips to the bar, drunk in New York, and going home and making out in a cab or on the train. And now she's just a housewife.
Personal.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm worried. I am very worried
about our New York show.
Yes, I'm worried.
You should worry about the Chicago one too.
Oh, I am. And I'm not worried the first night, but I'm worried after we do the first show and you're all randied up.
Oh, yeah.
And then your energy up. And then I'm afraid that you're going to meet someone's husband. And then I'm afraid I'm going to be doing the second show alone.
And then at our hotel, there's a woman who brings a gun. She's looking for a husband.
Just looking for a husband. I'm like, this is why we're not staying in the same room.
I'll have him back, and he probably be changed for the better. Okay? So don't come to the hotel looking for me.
He'll be back the next day.
He'll be back when he's back.
By 9 a.m.
9 p.m.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Speaking of, we have a live show in Los Angeles this weekend.
We do. We're very. I don't know. We talked. Yeah, we're excited, y'all. You could look. Some people are returning a few tickets to the last minute. And
I did look. There were 2 that had been
refunded,
I believe. Yeah.
So look, and you probably we'll put it in. We've got to do that. We'll put it. We'll put the link in the show notes, and in our link tree.
Yeah.
But y'all,
if you search Eventbrite,
yeah, you can buy some tickets last minute. We want a sold out show.
So anyway, Loren says, I'm in job transition because I'm really not finding something that I like in Florida.
Yep.
And she even says, she's like, I really wish I could have convinced him to move to New York City in hindsight. And I miss my life. And she says, yeah, and Alex even says, this isn't fair because I'm the immigrant here.
Yeah, I like that she's kind of talking about her woe is me problem. And he's like, yeah, I moved across the pond from a whole other country and gave up everything I know.
And honestly, her biggest weakness is her myopic view of herself.
Yeah.
She always does tend to get self-involved quickly.
She does. And I think that also too, it's just I think Loren is someone who I think she's getting Loren. This is why we do love Loren, because when you watch Loren,
I'm kind of halfway in my loving Loren journey. I'm not there yet.
You go back and forth more,
Yep.
but I love her because I feel like she goes through stages that we've all been. Y'all,
I agree. I did not like myself at that time.
I barely liked you, but oh well, you paid half your rent on time, so
Exactly.
you stay. But we're all self-involved in our 20s. Like that's just how we are. And because she's a much different Loren now. But
agreed.
I think
now that she's a mom of 2.
I don't know if she's this way now, but Loren that we're seeing, I don't know. Let me preface. I don't know if she's this way presently, but as we're watching now with Loren, don't you feel like she's probably the excitement's gone, and she just, what's the next thing? I need excitement. And for her, New York City was exciting because she could go out. But it was
exciting, this whole K1 process for a while.
But y'all, this isn't Alex. He's a fucking 50-year-old man. Inside, he's a very just chill.
It is interesting, and I guarantee you, they've probably had to work hard.
I bet you they've had to really work
stay
hard
together.
Yep.
Yeah.
I bet.
The parents are basically.
I even bet. I just want to say, I even bet now that y'all spoiler alert, but we all know this now
have
that
2
they're
kids.
parents.
Yeah.
I bet too. Even parenting styles is. I bet he's a very kind of like. I'm sure he's a great dad, but very kind of like low key.
Totally.
And her parenting style, I bet, is very different. I bet you their relationship is a lot of work for them.
Yeah, I would agree.
Anyway, go ahead.
No, I would just say that she basically wants to go back. She even said, she's like, part of me just wishes I could take Lexi back to New York. And I'm thinking, and that's where you said goodbye to reality.
Yeah.
Because there's no way. Lexi is working now. He'd have to get another job in New York.
This is not someone who's from here who just got a job at your local Blockbuster Video.
No.
This is someone who's an immigrant who got a job. Like, this isn't just an easy thing for them to do.
Right.
And it's a good job. So I guess he makes like decent money.
I think he was an EMT.
Which, y'all, for a lot of
think
people,
so.
that's like making good money.
Maybe I think he wanted to do that. But
hard work, but decent work.
But the problem I have is her saying just this kind of like pie in the sky ideas. I could go back to New York and work. And the idea of two people who are living in New York City and trying to get jobs, and I don't think the parents can afford to pay for them.
No, so it would be all on Lauren.
Such a ridiculous.
I mean, that's why
thing to
admirably
think.
why she moved home to live with her parents.
Smartest reality thing she ever thought about.
So she could save money because she knew she had to pay for him to get there.
Right.
So it's kind of like you made your choice, Lauren. I'm like, I know you're missing it, but
they're in Florida forever. I'm calling it now.
You're not going to take. Alex is not going to go to fucking Barracuda.
He'll hate it.
Yeah, he's not going to go to Barracuda with you.
He's not going to go to Splash with you.
Splash with all your gays and that's not his way.
Barracuda.
No.
It's not going to...
He'll end
He's
up...
not going to go to Eastern Bloc.
Now, will he stay outside the whole time and smoke a cigarette with a couple of drag queens and talk about life?
Yeah.
Yes.
He'll do that. Barracuda.
I don't even know if that place is open anymore.
He's not going to go to Flaming Saddles
It's true.
with you for beer bust.
Boy, when's the last time you went to a gay bar in New York?
It's been 4 or 5 years.
Wow. So you're going to be able to go to a bar and slept with no one probably.
The last time I went to a gay
be
bar.
like a shark in a tuna tank.
I bet I've had some quick trips there, so I haven't. Like a lot of times, I haven't had time to go out. And usually, I've just made in calls.
I'm worried. All right. So y'all, that's So they're talking to her. They're having dinner with their parents, and literally her mom. I forget her mom's name.
Marlene.
Yeah, Arlene is like, well, because y'all remember, this is a big deal. Lauren's best friend Sarah does not get along with Alex because Sarah took Lauren to a strip bar,
which
for a
she
bachelorette.
asked for.
We find that out later. We find that out next episode.
Yeah,
but y'all.
Sorry,
that's the secret.
I could not believe that.
That's the secret. We didn't know that either when we watched the watch.
Spoiler alert. She asked for it.
She asked her to go to strippers because
to get him back.
He had strippers. He wasn't supposed to have strippers at his bachelorette, but he did it. So it is a little bit of. I don't wonder if she's going to call Alexi on his bullshit.
No, because she won't.
But I don't think she ever is.
She won't.
But anyway, y'all, that was so he's been mad at Sarah, and Sarah, the good friend that she is taking the fall the whole time.
Team Sarah,
all the way,
who's been nothing but supportive.
We're gonna eat those words, but now we're Team Sarah. So anyway, she's like, "Yeah, I want to go to New York City and see Sarah." And Marlene's like, "Yeah,
that nightlife's gonna get you in trouble.
You in New York City is not gonna work, honey."
They know what Lauren is like.
They don't give her. Yeah, remember when they got in a fight? And Lauren's like, I don't. She's like, you just think you're the princess. And they fought. It was great.
I love her parents.
Why do we have the family Chantel
and not the family Lauren?
Give me that show. Give me the family Lauren.
Introduce the grandmother. Introduce the booby.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All of the Jewish Florida population.
Lauren, why? Why do we not have the family?
I watched the family Lauren.
Oh my God, I would love that show.
Frankly, I enjoy her sister. I enjoy the entire family.
Yes.
Sans Lauren.
Yes.
But yeah,
I enjoy the family and Lauren.
I'm getting there with her. I just see her. She's making choices that are so rash, and I see her try to defend them. And in reality TV, that never pays off. So
yeah,
I'm just waiting for her comeuppance, which I think we're going to see this season.
Yeah, I think so. We're going to get that.
Anyway, she's calling Sarah. They're excited. She says she needs to tell Alexi about wanting her secret, which is she wanted strippers.
Yeah. She's like, I need to come clean. And there we are.
Should we talk about a little bit of Chantel and Pedro, and that's it? The show's forever.
This is the moon.
This is moon.
This is moon.
He says that
God,
Chantel
he looks good.
He does. Ooh. Chantel is learning to cook, and I take issue with that because she's cutting broccoli with a pair of kitchen scissors. Did you see that?
She's going to hurt herself.
Boy, I just think she looks helpless in the kitchen.
She just does. She's a princess.
You know what she makes? I guarantee you she makes baked chicken breasts that she pours a little bit of Italian dressing on because she saw it in a magazine. She doesn't do it right, doesn't do enough of it because it's light. And she heats up some frozen vegetables.
There's a sissy who's listening who just went,
Who just put down her chicken breasts. Am I like Chantel?
They just started crying, and they're just in their kitchen saying, Poodle, I'm doing the best I can.
I'm reading you because I love you.
You know what?
You're better than that.
If you have kids and your husband never comes home, you're doing the best you can.
I'm sorry. I read you. Well, I don't really love you. I read you because I want you to do better. And I know you can do better. You can do better than chicken breast with wishbone salad dressing. You can do better.
At least a buttermilk ranch or some Miracle Whip.
That doesn't cook in the oven well.
Doesn't.
Have you never made that? It's like the most basic white girl dinner.
I remember that I have we have a mutual friend, and she said, "Oh, I'm going to cook for you this really great dinner." It's and I thought it was going to be this fancy thing, and it was good. It was very good. I ate it, but it was just potatoes and chicken with Italian dressing in the oven, and that's it.
Yeah, I'm sure
it was good. I ate it. It was good.
I remember this friend explained it like it was a revolution, like it was revelation.
I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it, but yeah.
It's too greasy.
Yeah, you gotta worry. It's better to cook the chicken out. Yeah, but we're getting to an area.
Anyway,
just
know that Pedro has his green card.
This isn't our cooking show that we only did 3 episodes.
4.
We got busy.
Did we do 4?
What was that show called?
Foodie Call.
Food. It's on our Instagram, y'all. It's a tab. You can see it. Go to Reality Gaze Podcast on Instagram.
Pedro got his green card, and he's working as a dishwasher on a loading dock, and she's working full time. And they're at Pinkberry, and she's basically saying, "We hardly ever see my family," with her tight jaw. Wonder why.
Pedro.
I'll tell you why. You turned them all against him.
Yes.
He
said, "I don't feel comfortable with your family."
And who blames him?
And he said, "The problem is when you lie, people don't trust you." And what's going to really piss me off this entire season of The Family Chantel,
they're going to be shitty to his family.
They're going to be shitty to him and his family and doubt his intentions because their daughter can do nothing wrong.
They're xenophobes. They are afraid of any way. Like right now on their show, I don't watch it, but they hate anyone who's
You're getting tempted
not from.
To, though.
I have had so many people contact me because I've had so many problems with Chantel's family that said, if you guys should really cover this. I'm on the fence still about it. I
just want to say for the record, years ago, I said, well, maybe we could do it.
Absolutely not.
Went, absolutely not.
I did. I fully admit. I said absolutely not because
And now you want to cover it.
Well, I feel like
I'm
it would
shutting my iPad.
I feel like it would be a little bit like that was the last thing we had to do. Like it feels like things are left undone in the 9-day universe.
You mean like once we've covered everything else, we cover them?
No, I'm saying I think we should. It feels iffy not to cover it because we cover everything in the 9-day universe.
So you're trying to use, which is the same reason I used with you, of why we had to watch the first season of 90 Day Fiancé when you didn't want to watch it.
I'm not familiar with that argument. I don't remember any of that.
That's literally the same argument. Because if you use
don't see it that way.
If you use that argument, I will watch it because I agree with that argument.
So y'all, they're gonna go to the DR.
We're gonna get letters now. You're welcome.
I've complained about The Family Chantel, and especially season 3 is on right now. People are saying, I know you guys don't watch the show, but it's perfect for you because they are clowns.
They are clowns.
Her family's clowns.
Do we see
his family's terrible to them? The sister is good TV.
Do we get a lot of shirtless Pedro, or at least dick outlines and sweatpants and
I don't know
gym
if we
shorts?
get those on TV, but we get those on Instagram.
We do.
He has a big old dick.
So
she's trying to get her family to go to the DR, and she's like, I don't know if they're going to want to go. And he's like, well, you know what? We're trying to be hospitable, and I'm sorry your family doesn't trust me, and I'm sorry we can't see them as much, but you were a big liar. He doesn't say that, but that's what I wish he would say.
That's what I wish he would, but he doesn't.
He's always going to treat her like his little pinky princess.
Yeah.
And we're never going to get him to say that to her, unfortunately, even though we all want to hear it.
They do. You know what? When and if they ever have a baby, I think they could have the potentially cutest baby in the 90 Day Multiverse.
I agree with you. It's kind of surprising that they haven't even talked about it yet.
Good for them.
I think he's afraid. On the last Bears All, he was saying, "Oh, he's still not very. He's still young.
They're very young, and she's still been building. I mean, she's a nurse.
She's 25, 26.
That's young, and she's been working her ass off lately.
He's younger than she is. He's like 2 years younger than she is.
They just fuck all the
time.
Yeah.
Oh
Can
yeah.
you imagine
now that couple fucks all the goddamn time.
All the time.
And they bunk.
All right.
This was 2 hours.
This was long.
We're gonna have to find a way to do this because this is a 2-hour show.
Well, it's true. We will do it shorter. This was a little bit longer because we talked about their past.
Yeah. A piss, it's a booze, it's a boo.
Can't even say it. And also, y'all, if you do watch these episodes, the first episodes are like an hour and 40 minutes. But then around
hour and 2 hours.
They're
2 hours.
And then after episode 7, they become an hour-long show.
Yeah.
So anyway, y'all, that's a show. You can go to Reality Gaze Podcast. No, I'm sorry. You can go to Reality Gaze Podcast. RealityGaze.com.
Oh, RealityGaze.com.
Our Instagram is Reality Gaze Podcast.
I'm already on Grindr.
Great. Y'all, we're excited to see you in Los Angeles if you're coming this weekend. More dates will be announced soon. Be sure to click on that Linktree link if you want to get tickets to our Chicago or New York shows. Or if you want to get merch. Some people have asked about merch, by the way, for the live, because we have exclusive
tour-only merch.
Tour-only merch. And I can say that in all confidence because we just got an email today and they said it was done. We were worried. But anyway, you can use cash or card. People are very concerned about that.
I like that. Y'all, I will say these t-shirts, the new tour-only t-shirts we've come up with, we really like.
They're all right.
So
I'm kidding. No, I love them.
Anyway,
there'll
probably be another one we have for our shows.
You can't keep anything, can you? Why don't you just tell them how all the bread is made?
There may be one more
just
design.
Tell them 1 cup here, 2 cups there.
That's more of the Live Laugh Live tour.
All right, y'all,
and we have mugs.
We gotta go. We do have exclusive mugs.
Exclusive
mugs. Or anyway, y'all.
Exclusive.
We call these people lonely hearts.
I'm exhausted.
I know. I'm trying to end this fucking show. Dude, we call these people lonely hearts, but aren't we all just lonely hearts looking for love in all the wrong places, Poots?
Yes. If you've ever texted someone late at night, Mohamed, do you know that after all these years, I've never gotten a waffle at Waffle House? Pancakes, yes. But never a waffle. I wonder if it's good, or if it lives up to the hype. The hash browns are good. I like mine smothered. Not covered. Just smothered. Call us.
Now I want hash browns.